super pricey, but
You don't know if this works though, huh?
It works.
The battery is out, so.
Yeah, it's been a while since I wore it.
So what are you looking for? Or you're just looking to get rid of these?
I'm hoping to get store credit to get.
Sure.
So here's what I have. I have a. It's not a rule; it's a principle. I don't like to spend more than $1,000.
Okay.
Because if you're watching your life, you don't think twice about giving it up or banging into it.
I mean, it's nice having box and papers and stuff like that for the watch. Do you mind if I open this tag?
Feel free. Feel free.
The reason I'm doing so is because
the number's not on there. I bought it from YouTube and they said it was a display model, which is why they didn't give me the warranty card.
Yeah, there's a lot of fakes like this.
Ooh, if it's fake, actually, that'd
Yeah.
be kind of interesting.
There's a lot of fakes like these floating around with Tag Heuer, complete with just like how you see box papers, everything.
Wow.
Just so you know, like my first instinct is that it's fake.
No way.
I might be wrong. That's why I'm just trying to take a closer
What
look.
recourse is there?
How long ago did you buy it?
This is a while back.
How long?
A couple years.
What kind of feedback did the seller have?
Usually, I don't buy from like less than 98% positive, which is interesting.
What state did it come from?
I think it was Florida. Oh, no, New York. It was New York.
Yeah, so this is a fake.
No way.
It's a good quality fake. I mean, so a lot of the new tags, they don't even, the movements are not even signed tags, so that's not, completely a red flag. It is a Swiss movement, but it's a more inferior Swiss movement. It's the Ronda movement. Usually they use the gold-plated ones, not the silver-looking ones. So look, just so you know how it looks inside.
Why would you fake with a Swiss movement?
Because that movement is not super expensive to begin with. It's a Swiss movement, but it's not very expensive. The movement you can buy for maybe like $30. Until the case is very sharp. Look, feel this. Like, just put your finger against. Go like this, like how I'm doing.
Okay.
No, this opposite direction, upwards.
Yep.
You can cut yourself on that. That's just not fine finishing.
Well, we'll be making comments to the seller on that one. I just
know
don't
the name
wear
of the
horses.
company?
I could probably look on my computer and look it up.
Just to show you guys, this is what this looks like. Looks absolutely perfect. You can't even tell that this is a fake unless you've handled thousands of these. Still has the stickers on the pushers, which this is kind of like right off the bat. This is a little bit of a red flag because when you're buying these from an unauthorized dealer, these will not be on there. They'll take this off. What I like to do when I buy tags, I go on their website and try to register the watch with the warranty. You use the warranty number and you use the model reference and serial number. The only problem is you don't have a warranty number. So this is an older Tag Heuer warranty card, and this is a newer tag. Supposedly it's a newer model. So without the warranty number, you can't really register with Tag to see if it's fake or not. If it's fake, you can't register it with Tag. I'm just gonna pass on this, and the color is the color is kind of like it's off. All right, I'm gonna move on to the other ones.
Okay.
The other ones I really don't need to go into detail. I know from off.
Sold by MDY 168. Huh. That's funny. It says location China. That's strange. Didn't say that when I bought it. Very well. It's amazing that it's fake. I can't believe it. I'm not upset though. It's okay.
It's better to buy from somebody that, you have some sort of recourse with. Don't just go to anybody. The Shinola, they're available for $200 and up. The only ones that sold are around $100. So the most I can do on this is like $75. You can always try to, sell them yourself, like on eBay or Facebook Marketplace, something like that.
Well, I'll sell the tag as a fake tag.
So it looks like you paid like $400. They're available at around $275 brand new. Now, how long ago was it when you bought it? You bought it from Joma's shop in 2024. Sold 142, 167, 190, 189, 184, 232. Brand new, 249, 266, 277, 339. Yeah, I hate to almost even give you an offer. 125 on the Tissot. I don't want to lose money. The quality of Tissot watches has gone down significantly in the last few years. They're not what they used to be. You know, they were a sister company of Omega many decades ago. Then below the precision is this also has a extremely high retail price, sold for 102.50, 105. These are auctions. Auctions always sell lower than buy it now. Our best offer 150, 150, 153, and 145. I would be at around $100 on this too. And you don't need to buy something. If you want to sell these to me, no problem. If you don't, no problem. Either way, you don't.
Store credit. I like to buy one. At least buy something from you, right?
But show me that Hamilton that you were looking at. This is really beat up.
Yep.
This has been banged around severely.
I noticed that. That's what I want to ask about.
It's so. Hi, Paul. How you doing? It's so beat up that I know they didn't take care of it. So when the outside looks like that, chances are that something inside might be wrong too. Why spend $800 on something that's beat up? Here's the Hamilton. That it's a good looking watch. What's going on, Paul? Pardon? What is going on? How you doing?
When you're down,
you took care of me.
You can come ask.
but I'll read you your rights first.
So that's why I just.
I'm surrendering. You're reading my rights.
What time is it?
11:30. No, so
No, where's your wrist check today?
I'm polishing in the back. And when I polish, I take watches off because my hands go into the machine and all the debris and stuff like that. And
Let's say I trade these in, about $300. Yeah. So
yeah, it comes to $375.
something around, I don't know, $1,300.
I have Oris at around that price point, maybe even lower than that. I really like Oris watches myself. Anything you see catches your eye.
There's a Mito I was looking at as well. It has a brown dial.
This
I
is
should probably start seeing.
This is automatic chronograph. Asking $750. Let me show it to the camera too. I like to. Some people sometimes they're wondering like, what watches are we looking at? Yeah. It's a Mito or Mito automatic chronograph. I mean, for the price point, $750. You got an inner rotating bezel. You got chronograph, automatic, date, and also every crown is screwed down, even like the inner rotating bezels. Paul's watch repaired. This is Raimond.
I know you see a lot of people will.
I mean, to me, this is tight, but
Yeah, it was looser until I came in here, but it will be.
Your blood is pumping. You're nervous. Your skin is swelling.
Yeah, I'm hoping I'm not identified in camera here. Could you put in the half-link wherever? Yeah. I think it's in there somewhere.
I'll find it, yeah.
My hopes were kind of dashed with the tag being fake.
Yeah.
So, but how often do you get new stuff in? I check your site. I know it's a lot to post all that stuff, right?
We get new stuff pretty much every day. Here's a big vintage watch, a diving watch.
So what's going on with the numbers there? Is it just
age? I mean, this is a watch from like what, I think 45.
Oh, they are small. I like it. Seems a little small, and so
They claim able to
yeah.
should we'll be back.
No problem. I mean, you know.
We'll hold on to those three. And
Yeah, that's totally fine. Would you like a water?
He did a crown for me.
Are you sure?
yeah, thank you. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
This customer came in, as you saw. We had a little bit of an interaction. He did not end up selling the watches to me, although that's as much as I can pay for what they were. But I think he was a little bit disappointed finding out that his Tag Heuer was fake. And I mean, I don't blame him. He probably paid, if I was to guess, he probably paid around $700 to $800 for that model. So I appreciate him stopping by, and hopefully, you know, we can do some business in the future. These are the only purchases we made at the show. Picked up this Tudor unworn for $28.50, which was a home run. This one was $2,000 that we paid for, stainless steel Tudor. This, my partner from LA, picked it up when I wasn't looking. Not really my cup of tea. This one we just had recently and sold it at a different show for $550, and picked this one up for $540. kind of funny, but this one actually has full set box and paper. So, but while I was gone, I sold a lot of stuff. I already packed this up, but this is I'll show you right here. This is a brand new Cartier tank. Sold it on eBay for $47.50. Retail price from Cartier is $5,000, and they don't give any discount. Okay, we have a customer that's interested in this Tudor 1926, and it's from 2021. We have full set box and papers. I'm gonna send him some pictures, see if he'd like to buy it. He saw one on leather strap that the price was higher than this. Right now I'm actually looking up this model to see what they're going for online today, because I want to give my customer the absolute best price that I can. And this is in very good condition, and also comes with the original box and papers. Box and papers, still under warranty until 2026. The customer that was potentially interested in that Tudor 1926, I told them $1,600. There are some cheaper ones online, but very scratched up, and a couple of them come in from Japan, and there is import taxes of 10%. So at $1,600 is very good price, and I told him for overnight shipping. He was looking at one that the seller was asking $1,800 on strap, and the one on stainless steel bracelet is more money than the ones on strap. But he said no, he'd rather prefer one on strap. So it is what it is. So no deal on that Tudor 1926. Alright, so this is Rolex that just came back from the Rolex service center. And I took a look at it last night, and I am a bit disappointed, because I asked for full overhaul service and polishing, and it, I don't know, looks really bad actually. So I don't know the kind of polish job that they did, but this does not look good. It doesn't really look like it was polished at all. I haven't checked to see the amplitude and how it's running or anything like that. But I do see that they added links, which we asked for. They changed the bezel, they changed the crystal.
The interaction. This call may be recorded and monitored.
Oh, I'm calling because I need to pay for a repair, and I also have a question on another repair that I just got back. But can I first pay for the repair that I owe you guys money for? I can give you the
Oh, of course.
reference number. And the amount, I think it's $1,574.64.
They did notice damage. So that's them saying, we can see that there was case dented, bezel dented, disc for bezel scratch, crystal glass chip. They went ahead and did the overhaul as compliments of warranty, but they noticed impact, and that as a complimentary service, they went ahead and did that warranty overhaul. So,
well, thank you so much. I appreciate your time and your help, and looking forward to more business with you guys. You guys are always awesome. Thank you.
Awesome. Happy to help, Raymond, and good talking to you.
And I got the watch back, and I just looked at it, wasn't polished, but I did notice everything else was taken care of, which new crystal, because it was chipped, new bezel with bezel insert because it was damaged, and they did add links to the bracelet. Now, because of the damage on the crystal and the bezel, Rolex determined that it probably had an impact, which makes sense. And they were kind enough to do an overhaul service of the movement and cover that under warranty, which obviously they didn't have to, because I didn't send it in with the warranty card, and because it showed impact damage from the customer. I mean, Rolex, once again, they did an awesome job. That's great customer service. And I paid $712.80 for 3 links, replace complete bezel with a new insert, replace sapphire crystal. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to polish the watch for the customer, and he's going to pay me for the polish job. That's all that's going to happen. It turned out a lot cheaper than if I was going to do all the work to begin with, because it would have been expensive for me to source the original sapphire crystal, original bezel insert. I would have paid way more than than what the actual prices are from getting these parts from Rolex, because you can't get these parts from Rolex. So it's really kind of like an under the table thing, getting them from other people that have them somehow. They source them. It's not easy. Alright, so this is it, serviced by Rolex. This is how it is. Let's let it settle down. I just put it on the timing machine, so first of all I'm testing it face up. Amp is 256. I think it was 255 before, so not much change there. So let's see with the crown down. But this is the position where mostly the watch is used in. And amp was 235 before. Not much change even after service. Okay, here are some packages that came in today with the USPS. With FedEx and UPS, everything that we get in, they deliver directly to us, whether the package has signature required or not. But items that come to us with the USPS, if they do not have signature required, the mail carrier will leave it in our mailbox, which is not, it's about 100 feet from us, from where we are from our shop. And sometimes that mailbox gets left open. So please always, if you're sending something to us, here's a couple of tips. Ask for signature required. It's only like $3 and something cents. It's not very expensive for peace of mind. That way it gets delivered directly to us. And also, when you're writing the label, do not spell out Paul's Watch Repair, because obviously that's eye-catching. It can click that, hey, perhaps there's a watch inside. Just put PWR, or you can just put Paul's, or you can just put Raimond. One last thing, inside when you send us a package, so sometimes we get 20 packages a day. When you send a package, inside put your name, your return address, your telephone number, your email address, and also what you'd like done. So please, if you can help us out with that, that'd be awesome. That makes sure that your watch doesn't get lost. Alright, sold this Tudor strap for $250 on eBay. I'm not sure if we made money. I'll have to figure out the fees and everything. We paid $175 for it, but it wasn't really purchased to make profit. It was purchased for a watch, and the client never came through. So sold this Nomos. The selling price was $1,500. So this is an automatic, larger size Nomos with the original stainless steel bracelet, and that was online, so it's not all profit. Really good deal for somebody. I think the retail price was $2,800. Yeah, so here's the original purchase price. By the way, just doing a last minute check. The amp is very high, very good. Accuracy is very good. Yeah, it's gonna be 3 years old in August of 2025, so it's less than 3 years old. We didn't sell that Tudor from earlier, but sold another one on our website. This is a brand new Tudor 38mm. Kind of a unisex watch, or better for men with smaller wrists. It's from 2022, but it's actually new old stock. It's in perfect condition, so we'll get that out to the customer today. And this sold for $1,600, and it's going out to Kentucky. So here we have an ETA 251.262 quartz chronograph movement. Similar movements are used in a lot of watches like Tag Heuer and many other brands. We have a surplus of movements that, I mean, even for the next 50 years, we probably wouldn't use. So sometimes we sell stuff like this. And this is just extra, and hopefully it goes to somebody that can use it to bring their watch back to life. This sold for $125. Okay, so this is a 1972 Bulova Accutron, and it comes with a box and papers, and it's sold to a viewer of the channel. So unlike most Accutrons that are out there on eBay that are broken, this one was actually serviced by us a while back, but man, it is very accurate, right on point, perfect working condition. It's from 1972. It's a model 218. Actually, it's a 2182 because it has the day and the date function. So sold for $319, going out to a viewer of the channel. Okay, now this watch is a Hamilton Attaché, and it was made somewhere around 1961 and 1962. It has the Hamilton writing in gray at the bottom. And it's only such Hamilton that the manual wines that they made with the writing like that on the dial. So it is kind of a rare model. It has an updated, more modern Hamilton strap, and we serviced it. I didn't actually pay much for this watch. I bought it in a lot. I think we only figured this in at around $100, so I'm going to put it down as $100. I think I had it in my inventory as a $100 watch, but it sold for $580. It was just a random number that the buyer sent me, and I just accepted the offer. I don't know what I was asking. I think I was asking like $650, $700. Asymmetric case, original signed crown, caliber 770, manual wine, movement, USA made. Alright, so let me show you some numbers real quick. The person paid $580 plus tax. eBay charged $77.25. That is very, very, very high fees on this. Okay, another thing we sold is this ladies Ebel 3511 shark skin watch strap, 13 millimeters, sold for $165. This is also going to go down as all profit because again, we bought out a service center, and pretty much we've made all of our money back, so everything that we have left is pretty much extra. And now these are not sales, but we're moving on to stuff that I got to ship out. These are 3 Ocean Crawler watches. All we did on these 3 were dial swaps as they have requested. They are one of the micro brands that we work with. We've been working with them for many years. We actually do warranty repairs for many micro brands. We'll get these out to them today. This is another Ocean Crawler, came in for warranty repairs. All it needed is a new bezel insert. The original bezel insert got damaged. The person went in extremely hot water and did damage the bezel insert, so we replaced a new one for them. I kind of passed about 3 hours and forgot to film all the stuff that I'm shipping out, but this is an Omega Speedmaster Reduced. We did a full overhaul service, including polish, for $550. This is another Speedmaster. This one was actually one that was sold by a dealer to a client, and then it wasn't working, so the dealer reached out to us to see if we can service it for the client. Right here you can't see what it is because I wrapped it up, but it's going to a client in Denmark. It's another Ocean Crawler that had broken parts. It's outside the warranty period because it's been over 5 years, so Ocean Crawler cannot cover that if it's outside of the warranty period, but the client is paying us directly for overhaul service, replace damaged parts, and shipping back to Denmark. So thank you, Denmark. And this is a vintage Harwood watch where the time sets by rotating the bezel. You know, we do have some parts. You see how the hands are set by turning the bezel, and the way this watch winds is by an automatic bumper movement. But these are very early watches. All of them that are on the market are pretty much worn out. Every watch kind of has a lifespan. I advise the client, do not buy the parts off of eBay. He bought parts off of eBay, which I seen these same parts. They were awful. And I told him, don't spend your money because chances are they're not good. I wouldn't do that. In fact, we have probably better parts than his in stock, and they're just not good enough to fix this watch. It is a solid gold case. It is a rare watch, but it's not that valuable. I feel bad for the customer. I don't think it has sentimental value. I told him, given the fact that he already purchased the parts, to go ahead and send it in. We'll take a look, but there was nothing that we can do. This also is a watch that we just repaired. It's a very early P. Moser 14K solid gold manual wind Swiss wristwatch. It was worn a lot. I mean, it's really beat up. In fact, we did a complete overhaul service, new crystal, added 2 hands, Let's see what else. Polish the case, overhaul service of the movement, replace the setting bridge, mainspring, crown. So quite a bit of work. And this comes from a gentleman in Amsterdam, and we quoted him $300 to do all the repairs on this. And the repairs are already done. Here we have 4 watches that came in, all of them from one of our lady customers. All of these need batteries, which we already did. We're gonna send them back to her tomorrow. And then she sent this small Mickey Mouse watch. This is the smaller version with the Timex movement. We will likely not repair this. We're probably gonna send it back as is. The bigger size ones, there are still some good Timex movements left around that we can just swap a new movement, but on something like this, it's the tiny Timex movement. We don't have these, so unfortunately gonna have to send this one back to her. I forgot to mention that these came from New York. So it's awesome that we have clients that you know, send watches to us from all over the US. I mean, I know they can go to so many different spots, and we're very grateful and thankful that they choose us. And then roughly these are some other jobs that I did not get a chance to mail out today. All these are repaired and need to be mailed back. Alright, so continuing on from yesterday, I didn't finish shipping all my stuff. But here I'm shipping out 3 Oris boxes. I sold some watches at the watch show in Ohio, and I got to ship the guy the boxes. So I'm going to continue shipping stuff today. I got a ton of stuff still to ship from yesterday that I didn't finish. All jobs that are completed and need to go back to their customers. Alright, these 5 watches are going back to a dealer in New Jersey that always asks for partial repairs. On this one, we did an aftermarket crystal and polishing. He did not want an original crystal. Original crystals for Panerais are around $400. This one, he wanted timing adjustment, but this has a broken self-winding rotor, and I'm sure he doesn't want to put $300 into it, so he can just sell it as is. He sent these other 2 Omegas for timing adjustment, which we did, but there's only so much you can do if a watch hasn't been serviced in the last 5 years. It's not going to be perfect. We did timing adjustment, but with no guarantees. You know, really a watch should be serviced at least every 5 years, especially on the older vintage watches, or you know, even a watch that's like 20 plus years old like this one. And this lady's Cartier, he just asked for polish, but it wasn't running. We also got it started for him, put a new battery in there, polished it, shipping it back to him today. Alright, so here I have a small batch of watches going back to our watchmaker buddy in Maryland. Really quick. An Elgin, military Elgin, came in for some adjustments. Just timing adjustment. We serviced that watch in the past. This is a vintage Hamden automatic. Remember Hamden as the pocket watch company. That's what they're primarily known for, not really for their wristwatches. But this one needed overhaul, service, stem, crown. It was like a $200 repair. That's it. Now this is I want to say a hideous Rolex Submariner 5512. We serviced this watch in 2022. At that time it was polished, not by us, by somebody else. The polish job is awful. We didn't polish it. I remember when we serviced it in 2022, I told them just leave it alone, don't polish it anymore, because somebody over polished it already in the past. And I mean, it really needs like a proper restoration of the case, which can be done, but it is very expensive. It's not just like a $150 polish job to restore this case. First of all, I'm sure he keeps it on a watch winder. You know, we've been preaching for at least 15 to 20 years, do not put watches on a watch winder. Watches need a break. just like cars do. You don't leave your car on 24/7, 365. Your body needs a break. You go to bed at night, you sleep 6 to 8 hours. Laptops, computers, you know, once every 2-3 days they should be shut down and have a break. Same with watches. One day on the watch winder is probably the equivalent of about, I would estimate, like 7 to 10 days on the wrist. If you do have a watch winder, you have a lot of watches, turn the watch winder off and turn it on only every 3 months to kind of get everything moving, get the parts lubrication kind of so it doesn't become stagnant. This is a vintage Omega. This has come back several times. This watch is running perfect. This is an automatic watch. If he doesn't move enough throughout the day, the watch cannot stay wound. So, you know, really what he needs to do is just manually wind it like 10-15 times every morning. Because it's an automatic watch, but if he stands still and holds the watch like this all day and is watching television for the greater part of the day or not doing anything, is not active at all, the watch cannot wind itself. And this just needed a timing adjustment. So this batch of watches were just simple minor repairs and adjustments. So I'm gonna get this shipped out today. I know in the last video, I don't remember if we had another 5512 or a 5513, I forgot, but this is just, this dial just does not do this watch justice. Somebody refinished it that had no business refinishing dials or hands. The customer is really not a collector. He's just somebody that's probably owned this watch for many years. And here is a solid gold Baume Mercier ladies watch, 14K gold. We just finished servicing this. This has sentimental value for the person. We're sending this back. I'm kind of scattering all around and just showing random repairs. This is from another micro brand called Isotope. Simple service, came in, the watch was stopped. Warranty repair we do on behalf of this micro brand. Shipping it back to the client. Now we just had to do an overhaul service of the movement. Alright, so these two watches came in for battery replacements. I know some of you might get bored at the stuff that I show, but a lot of nerds like me that love watches, I'm sure you like to see different kinds of things, but yeah, these came from a guy from Texas just for battery replacements. I just sold this on Chrono 24. It's a 2001 Rolex Air King, but as you can see, the dial is not original because there are no Air Kings that were ever made with the diamond dial. So it came like this to me. In fact, my partner that buys watches in LA, he purchased this, and I told him to not purchase any more watches with anything aftermarket like dials and bezels. So also to the viewers, if you're reaching out to us, I'm no longer buying anything with aftermarket diamond dial or bezel. If they are factory, then we would be interested. As you can see, the paper here, it states that it's a blue Arabic dial. So originally this had a blue Arabic dial, but obviously somebody replaced it. I think it would have been better to stay with the original blue Arabic dial. And also, the watch didn't come with anything else, but I've paired it up with, and this is why we buy like boxes and the booklets and stuff like that. All these items, they're not specific to any one watch. Anything that comes from Rolex Switzerland delivered to their ADs are always shipped separately. The watches are shipped separately, the boxes separately, the booklets separately, the hang tag separately. The only thing that comes with the watch nowadays is the watch, the white hang tag, and the warranty card. Older models, it was the watch, the paper, and the green hang tag. Everything else was supposed to be paired up with the watch at the point of sale by the sales rep. And when I sold this watch, I I told the client that it just has paper and watch, so everything else here I added. So hopefully the client will be happy. Hopefully he will enjoy the watch. Okay, really quick, I'm going to show you the haul that we just had, the box of watches that we just bought. I know it's a very good deal. The gentleman gave us a very good deal. And so this entire lot, you know, we're paying $8,100. If you see any of these that you'd like, you can reach out to us. We definitely will give you a good deal, but please keep in mind that we do have to make a profit. So a very nice selection of things. The guy was a collector of all sorts of things, and we also deal with all kinds of watches, modern and vintage and higher end and lower end. We have a couple of vintage Omegas, both of which need work, and the gentleman disclosed that to us. This is a micro brand, Weiss. Fortis is very well known. They've been around for a long time. Armand Nicolet, beautiful watch, Swiss made, cushion shaped case. This is a Melbourne, also a micro brand. Titoni. Titoni's been around for a long time. A lot of people don't know about them. They're kind of nowadays, I want to say they're on the level of a micro brand company. Maurice Lacroix, Swiss made watch, Glycine. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is before Invicta bottom out, so when they actually made better quality watches. This is a Tudor with a one-of-a-kind dial because it naturally aged like that. It actually has a beautiful look. Another Tudor GMT. Longines with ceramic bezel. This is the fourth one that I've had. Just actually probably within the last year and a half. And another Tudor. And he threw in some free extra straps here. So we're going to get the customer paid out. Alright, so it's much later in the day now. It's actually almost 7 p.m. But that FedEx package that I opened earlier, we received some jobs from a dealer in Texas. And just want to show you what he sent in. Service and polishing. Here's a Rolex President. The bracelet has quite a bit of stretch, and we really don't fix the stretch in the bracelet, but we will at least polish it and clean it up. This is an impressive watch. Wow. It's got an ugly crystal and it's popping off. I'm not even going to put the crystal on, but I'll just show you. This is a pretty large size two-tone Vacheron and Constantine. This is a very, very nice watch. I like this a lot. I just saw it. I've never seen this model before, by the way. So this is one of the cool things of our job, is getting to see these timepieces that we've never actually seen before. Probably white and yellow gold. And it's curved. Pretty cool. I like this a lot. A lot of these dealers that send stuff out to us don't always want to spend all the money like they should to make them properly. A lot of times they just want polishing and timing adjustment and stuff like that. This is funny on this model. It is 18K, but they actually use a stainless steel back. You don't see too many watches like that, so it doesn't wear out when you're rubbing the gold against your wrist. Very few companies did that in the past. Like there's a Jaeger LeCoultre vintage alarm watch that the top is solid gold and the bottom is stainless steel. Rolex actually did that too. There's a Rolex model with the top solid gold and the bottom stainless steel. Same goes for some models from the past, like Omega made gold capped watches, to where primarily the whole case is stainless steel, but then they poured solid gold over the top. So it actually has a shell. That's why sometimes we call those vintage Omega Constellations or Seamasters gold capped or gold shell. Not very popular, these Cellinis, but And for people that like dress watches, these are bang for your buck. You can pick up Cellinis for a really good price. And I know somebody spending $3-4 grand on a Cellini, they might not think that that's bang for your buck, but it is. For a luxury watch like this, it's for the quality that you're getting, and essentially it is a lifetime watch, meaning it's a watch that's gonna last your entire lifetime if you really take care of it properly. Vintage Movado Datron chronograph. I've had this model before, and they made this model in different shapes also, and also in different metals like stainless steel. It's not gold filled, but just electroplated. Not as popular as the stainless steel version. People prefer stainless steel over gold filled or gold plated or gold electroplated watches, and also people prefer round shapes over, you know, barrel shapes or asymmetric watches, or even square, if you will, or rectangular watches. I've never had this model before that I'm about to show you. This is a very nice military chronograph. It's a rare piece. It's a vintage Milco, and this is a big size, a very large chronograph. You know what I like about it? When you look at the edges and stuff, it's never really been worn or used too much or abused. The edges are very sharp on the case. So now when it comes into, like, you know, we talk about like polishing or not polishing watches, like something like this, I wouldn't polish because they didn't make too many of these to begin with when they made these, okay? They were very limited production, and there's not that many of them around. And nobody's ever going to make this, obviously. If they do, they make some modern reiteration of this vintage watch. So stuff like this, you shouldn't polish.